Hey everybody, this is Michael with Asymmetrical Preparedness. This video is titled, Are Preppers Misguided, Irrational, or Insane? I think not. I'm sure you think not, since you're here. Yeah, we're preppers, right? Okay. That is a good question though. A lot of people think we're crazy. But yet, they're the same people that invest in the stock market, real estate, whatever it may be, for their future. Yet they think we're crazy for investing for our future so our families can eat, so that we can survive, hopefully thrive. Why? Just because it's not the norm. We don't go to the grocery store every single day to get our food. We don't rely on the government to come save us. We are independent thinkers. We're not sheep. We're not of the fold. Why do preppers constantly worry? Hoarding food, guns, ammo, stuff like that. Well, first off, prepping is peace of mind. It's up here. It's good to look at all the stuff we have and say, wow, yeah, we're good. So no, we're not scared. We don't do it out of fear. We prep out of peace of mind, not out of fear here, right? Yeah. So why not just enjoy life? Well, me, for one, enjoy prepping. I like prepping. I like the fact that I pick up a little extra food here and there. I pick up some extra medical supplies here and there. I live rural, so I know that if something happens and I'm home, I can deal with it. If I'm not home, my wife can deal with it, or my son can deal with it, to an extent, as a 12-year-old. Also, I know that we can feed ourselves. I know that if we have to get out of here, we can load up the truck and bug out. We have a bug out location. We have several, and routes. We have people we know. We have groups, stuff like that. So it's not out of fear. It's out of peace of mind. Yeah, like I wrote down, why do you invest? Why do people invest? Life insurance, homeowners insurance, automobile insurance, yet they don't have life, as in living insurance. Life insurance, it's not really life insurance, it's death insurance. You don't get it till you die, right? I have living insurance. You as preppers have living insurance. Insurance that you will live, not just die. That's what prepping is. Are you one of those people that think the government will just take care of you? Ask the people down in Louisiana, how well did that work for them during Katrina? Not very well. Or any of the other disasters that have happened around our country. FEMA has a big job to do, but they're a government bureaucracy. I happen to know somebody, doesn't live that far from me, that direction, that is very, very high up in FEMA Region 10, in this area. Very high up. And she has mentioned how certain faith-based organizations rock. She's not a particular person of faith, but she really appreciates and recognizes how much added benefit that churches and faith-based organizations help in their goals, in helping the people, providing for the people, feeding the people, giving them water, shelter, all those kind of things. She said to me that they do it better, faster, and just all around more efficiently than they can as a government bureaucracy, which is true. They have an important job to do. In certain situations, FEMA is a good thing. We all talk about FEMA and death camps and stuff like that, FEMA camps. Well, you know, FEMA it can be good or it can be bad, just like anything. Do you question things? I do. I'm one of those kind of people that question things. Fake news, mainstream media. We look for the truth that's actually going on around us. We don't just go along with the status quo. That's what preppers do. Preppers don't just go along with the status quo. We're not sheeple. We're awake to what's going on around us. Also, ask somebody that thinks you're crazy, what would you do if you lost your job? Say you got injured, you weren't able to work for a while, and say your insurance didn't cover it, or you weren't getting paid. How are you going to feed your family? How are you going to pay your bills? What little money you have set aside or something like that can maybe pay your bills for a while if you're able to feed your family and take care of your family, provide for your family from your preps. Or self-sustainable living, providing from your garden, your animals you're raising, stuff like that, right? What about a natural disaster? Big natural disaster area. Yellowstone supervolcano, New Madrid fault line, hurricanes, tornadoes, earthquakes, anything like that, or a big fire rips through your area. What are you going to do? Can you provide for yourself, or are you going to rely on the red tape government behemoth to come save you? I don't think that's a good idea. They're there for a reason, yes. But the more people that can be there and be prepared and be ready and willing and able to take care of themselves, take some of the burden off that organization so those organizations can help the people that truly need it, that may not be in a position to be as prepared as we are. So it's our job to be in the asset column, not the liability column. Help the process. What about health problems? What if you have health problems? If something happens to you, you can never work again. You get permanently disabled. Yeah, you'll get disability, maybe Social Security or something like that. Okay, that's fine. It has this, that has its place. But think about how much better off you'll be, how much more peace of mind you'll have if you're prepared, if you can feed your family and take care of things. Yeah, big time. And yeah, here, Ridier, why do you have life insurance, car insurance, home insurance? Same thing. This is living insurance. Do you want your family to starve? Well, I don't know anybody that's going to say yes to that. So no, that's why we have food storage, preps, right? Big one. Do you value freedom over being controlled? I'd say most preppers and a lot of people out there would say that they value freedom over being controlled. The whole freedom versus security or safety, however you want to put it, I would much rather be free than safe. Just saying. That's what being American is to me. That should be a no-brainer. I don't know. We kind of lost that on society as a general, the big picture. Okay, what about simple, like I live rural. What if one of us gets really injured really bad? Say, my wife is in the kitchen, cuts herself, drops a knife, and it cuts her femoral artery. Well, what do? I'm prepared. I grab my tourniquet, I apply it, clotting gauze, whatever I need to do to remedy the situation, as my 12-year-old's calling 911. So the ambulance is en route, yes. But where I live, she would bleed out before the ambulance got here. So if we weren't prepared, if we had no tourniquets, if we had no training, if we had no preps, she would die. Maybe. Maybe she'd get lucky. Maybe we'd be able to apply direct pressure, something. But it's better off to be prepared. Disaster also. FEMA and their efficiency or lack of it. They're a big government agency. It's not necessarily their fault. There's probably a lot of good people work in FEMA. There are some bad, of course, just like anything. Part of prepping is being less of a burden on others. In a situation like that, you don't want to be a burden on your neighbors and your community. You want to be an asset. You want to be able to help the situation. You want to be able to help feed people, help provide for people, give them shelter, clothing, whatever it may be. That's why we prep in generalities, not just for one thing. It's all about being more self-sufficient. What about more extreme events also? Like EMP, invasion, financial collapse, and of course, zombie Sasquatch. He's right there. See back in there? See that dark shape? That's zombie Sasquatch. His den is right over here. I'm kidding. But no, seriously. What are you going to do if something big happens like that? We prepare for the worst and we hope for the best. That's just the way it goes. Our ancestors did this and it was normal. My grandparents always had a root cellar with a bunch of canned goods that they canned from the garden that they grew. Self-sufficient lifestyle. The whole victory garden idea from World War II, Great Depression, all that kind of stuff. People knew back then. We've lost that now because we're very blessed and we're very spoiled, rotten with all the abundance in our lives. But basically it comes down, it's all about insurance. Ensure your family will not starve and ensuring you can protect your loved ones via, defensive methods. It's all good. And so please keep this in mind. Use some of these talking points when you're talking to somebody that thinks you're crazy and prep a little every day. Keep plugging away. keep doing the things, learning your skills, getting your training, buying your preps. Get right here and get right with God. I love you guys, and blessings to you and yours.